Good day, viewers. We are considering phrasal verbs. And what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are metaphorical expressions. They are metaphorical expressions. Their meanings go beyond the surface. You have to dig deep to understand phrasal verbs. We use phrasal verbs daily, one way or the other. Now, technically speaking, phrasal verbs are a combination, so to say, of verbs and prepositions. Let us take this for instance. Take on. Take on. Remember I said phrasal verbs are a combination of verbs and prepositions. Verbs and prepositions. Look at this expression. Take here is a verb. On here is a preposition. What is a preposition? A preposition tells us about the position, the location of something. So when you say take on, here is a verb, here is a preposition. But it has different meanings. Take on can mean to challenge someone. It took him on. It took him on his argument. So take on can mean challenge. Take on can also mean to assume a role. Assume a role. Take on can also mean dare, to dare someone. Dare someone. Now take in. Take in. When you take in, it has several meanings. Take in can mean to accommodate someone. Tunde took in his cousins yesterday night. Accommodated. So accommodate. Take in can also mean to understand something. I took in all that the teacher said in the class. Understand. Take in can also mean to be gullible. You are gullible. You simply believe anything you are told. Hook, line, and sinker. He believes. Now, we also have take out. Take out. What does it mean to take out? Take out can also mean to kill, to knock out someone, to render inactive, to render inactive, inactive, make someone tired, and so on. We are considering another phrasal verb, and that is take off. Take off has several meanings. Take off can mean start. Start a thing. The program will be taking off at 2 p.m. Take off. The plane will be taking off at 3 p.m. So take off can mean start or begin, and so on. And then we have take to. Take to. Take to. When you take to something, you heed, you obey, you comply. You comply. So take to means take it to something to obey and to comply with given instructions. Okay, another phrasal verb that we are considering now is buy into. buy into. When you buy into an idea, perhaps you agree with. So when you buy into something, you agree, you support, you are in tandem with that thing, in tandem with something, in tandem with. Another one we are considering is catch up. Catch up. Catch up. When you catch up with something, you are now equal, kind of. Perhaps a friend is running in front of you and you're able to catch up with him or her. So you are equal, or you equate in terms of distance, or height, or what have you. Catch up can also mean to keep abreast of something. To keep abreast of something. Keep abreast of. Catch up. To do what has been left undone. What has been left undone. What has been left undone. Another one that we are considering is do away with. To do away with. Doesn't mean to do away with something. When you do away with something, you abandon. To abandon, to reject, refuse. And you do away with something, you are no longer in agreement with that thing. No longer in agreement or association. No longer in agreement or in association. Another one we are considering is stay off. When you stay off something, you abstain. To abstain. When you stay off something, you stop doing that thing. Perhaps if you are smoking, you have decided to stop smoking. You are staying off smoking. Another one that we are considering is sit up. Sit up. Sit up has several meanings. Sit up can mean to be serious, academically. Sit up, have a change of mind. Especially if you have been irresponsible and you are asked to sit up, have a change of mind, become more responsible, become more responsible. Another one that we are considering today is run down. Run down. What does it mean to run down something or someone? when you run down particularly someone, you belittle the person. You belittle such person or persons. And you run down someone with your tongue, you make them of no consequence. Let's put it this way, to make someone of no consequence or something. To make of no consequence. To make, to be of no consequence. Okay, we also have run out. Run out. Run out. Run out has several meanings, but the most used word for run out is when something is exhausted. Exhausted. He has run out of money. He has exhausted his money. Exhaust, finish, and then terminate. He ran out of the program. He terminated the program. Yes, we are considering another phrasal verb, and that is flare up. Doesn't mean to flare up, to get angry. And you get angry. When you get angry, when you are upset, to be upset. Let me put this there. To be upset. To be highly displeased. To be highly displeased. To be highly displeased. Another one we are considering is bring about. Bring about. When you bring about something, you initiate. You start. Initiate. To be a, so to say, a progenitor. A progenitor is a beginning or a beginner of something. Progenitor. To be a progenitor, to be the starter. To be the starter, to cause to happen. Cause to happen. It brought about the needed change in our department. He initiated the needed change. He started the needed change. Another one we are considering under phrasal verbs is fish out. The killers must be fished out. So to fish out something is to find. To fish out something is to discover. To fish out something is to apprehend. To apprehend. We are considering another phrasal verb, and that is find out. Find out. This is a very popular phrasal verb. Find out. Find out about your admission. Find out something about your accommodation. Find out simply means inquire. Ask. Know. Discover. And so on. So when you find out something, it can mean to ask. It can also mean to know and to discover something. And we're also considering another phrasal verb, and that would be knock out. You know, I think a particular World Cup tournament is going on now. Knockout. So when you use knockout for that, simply means to simply send home or send away. And you say knockout program. Send away program. Once you miss the question, you are gone. Knockout can also mean to be completely tired. To get tired. I was knocked out after yesterday's tiring work. To get tired. To be very exhausted. To be very exhausted. To be very exhausted. Knockout can also mean to defeat. Defeat someone, or to win a game, and to wallop. Nigerian team was walloped. To wallop. Yes, we are considering this popular phrasal verb. Round up. And then we'll take the twin sister. Round off. Round up. Of course, we take round up for round off many times. Round up simply means apprehend. Apprehend, especially criminals. The police are trying to round up the criminals. So round up here means apprehend, arrest, take off the streets, take off the streets, take off the streets. And then we have round off. Round off. Yes. When you round off, you conclude. You conclude something. I'm beginning to round off the class. I am concluding the class. Round off can also mean to approximate, especially in mathematics. Approximate to the nearest whole number. Approximate. Round off. It can also mean complete. To complete something, an exercise. Conclude, approximate, and then complete an exercise. Yes, the next phrasal verb we are considering is come up with. Come up with. When you come up with something, you suddenly have this idea, so to say, that comes from nowhere. So come up with, discover. Discover, to discover intuitively. Come up with, bring out. Bring out something. Come up with at times can also mean to lie. He was eating and he came up with this lie that he was actually drinking. No. So come up with, discover, come up with, bring out. Come up with can also mean to lie. Another one we are considering is dry. Dry up. Dry up. Sounds simple, but dry up has many meanings. Dry up can mean to do what you ought to do. To do what should be done. Dry up can also mean to tidy, make neat, otherwise, scattered environment. Dry up, something abnormal to get normalized, to normalize a situation that is, not comfortable. Dry up, something that is wet, of course, to make it, look presentable. Wet to be presentable. The next phrasal verb we are considering is check out. Check out. This is a popular phrasal verb in this part of the world. Check out. When you check out, you simply leave a particular place. To leave a particular place for another, particularly a nation for another. Check out can also mean assess. Assess to see the quality of something. Check out. Check him out to see how somebody is faring. See how someone is faring. Check out. For instance, if I dress up and I say, check me out, it can mean look at me, observe me. Of course, primarily, I'm asking you to assess me, but it can also mean observe this. Observe whether there is something that is out of place in the way I look. Perhaps you may not know why we are considering these phrasal verbs and where we are getting them from. They are all in your dictionaries. Take time out to check at least a word on a daily basis. And you will come across this. When you pick a word that you want to check up in the dictionary, read through the entire explanations, commentaries, or comments about a word. The word check can have more than 30 minutes, depending on the context. And they are also assessed in our exams, WAEC and so on. And then in our write-ups, we come across them. When we discuss with people, they use these phrasal verbs. We must be conversant with their meanings. For instance, round up, round off, so that we know when to use them appropriately. We should not use round off when we should use round up. Thank you.